My name is Rachel, and I never could have imagined the chilling horrors that awaited me. When I stumbled upon the serial killer's secret hideout, the haunting memories of that fateful day continue to haunt me, a dark and relentless shadow in my mind. It was an unusually gloomy afternoon when I decided to explore an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. The place had a sinister reputation, rumored to be the lair of a serial killer who had eluded capture for years. Intrigued by the mystery, I couldn't resist the temptation to uncover the truth. As I entered the dilapidated building, the air hung heavy with the scent of decay. Graffiti covered the walls, telling tales of an eerie underworld lurking in the shadows. The atmosphere was oppressive, as if the very walls of the warehouse held secrets that they longed to reveal. My heart raced with anticipation as I explored the eerie space. The silence was deafening, broken only by the occasional creaking of the floorboards beneath my feet. I tried to shake off the sense of foreboding that crept up my spine, but the darkness that surrounded me was unyielding. As I ventured deeper into the warehouse, I noticed an unsettling pattern, a trail of ominous symbols painted on the walls. They seemed to guide me through the maze of rooms, leading me further into the heart of darkness. My mind wrestled with fear and curiosity, torn between fleeing the building and uncovering the truth. The adrenaline-fueled drive to solve the mystery overpowered my better judgment, and I pressed on. The symbols led me to a hidden chamber, concealed behind a false wall. As I stepped inside, I was met with a sight that would forever be seared into my memory: the lair of the serial killer. The room was adorned with macabre decorations, a twisted shrine of death. Human bones were arranged with meticulous precision, forming a grotesque mosaic on the floor. An unsettling chill washed over me as I realized that I was standing amidst the remnants of the killer's victims. My heart pounded in my chest, threatening to burst through my ribcage. I was in the presence of pure evil, and the realization paralyzed me with terror. But amidst the horror, something caught my eye: a small, leather-bound journal tucked away in a corner. Hesitant but determined, I reached for it and began to read the disturbing contents. The journal detailed the killer's sadistic obsession with death, his delight in the suffering of his victims, and the perverse satisfaction he derived from their fear. He described his murders in chilling detail, recounting each gruesome act with a disturbing sense of pride. As I read on, the realization struck me: the killer was still at large. The journal entries were recent, revealing a cold and calculating mind, always one step ahead of the law. A sudden rustling noise broke my concentration, and I froze, my heart pounding in my ears. I knew I had to leave immediately, but a morbid curiosity compelled me to stay just a moment longer. I tiptoed to the source of the noise, a hidden trapdoor in the floor. My hands trembled as I lifted it, revealing a steep, narrow staircase leading into darkness. With trepidation, I descended into the abyss below. The air grew colder, and a dank, putrid smell filled my nostrils. The walls seemed to close in around me, and an ominous feeling settled in the pit of my stomach. As I reached the bottom of the staircase, I found myself in a labyrinth of tunnels, a network of hidden passages that stretched beneath the warehouse. Panic threatened to overwhelm me, but something compelled me to press on. The maze seemed endless, twisting and turning in every direction. Shadows danced on the walls, and strange symbols adorned the stone. I felt as if I had entered a realm beyond reality, a nightmarish place where evil held dominion. Just when I thought I could go no further, I stumbled upon a small chamber. The room was illuminated by dim candle light, revealing a grotesque tableau. Bodies, half decomposed, hung from the walls, their lifeless eyes staring blankly into oblivion. The walls were adorned with disturbing artwork, gruesome images of torture and suffering, each more nightmarish than the last. I felt as if I had entered the killer's mind, witnessing the very essence of his twisted psyche. My hands trembled uncontrollably, and my breaths came in ragged gasps. And then, in the midst of the horror, I saw a photograph on the wall, showing the killer's next intended victim. The face was one I recognized: a friend of mine, unaware of the impending doom that awaited her. The realization hit me like a bolt of lightning. I had to escape this wretched place and warn my friend before it was too late. Adrenaline surged through my veins, and I ran as if my life depended on it. The tunnels seemed to blur into an indistinguishable haze. As I navigated the labyrinth, my heart pounding in my chest, the air grew suffocating, and I felt as if the very walls were closing in on me. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, I emerged from the hidden passages and stumbled into the dim light of day. The warehouse loomed above me, its sinister facade a haunting reminder of the horrors I had witnessed. With trembling hands, I reached for my phone and dialed the police. I shared everything I had discovered: the journal, the tunnels, and the photograph of the next intended victim. The authorities arrived swiftly, and they combed through the warehouse and the hidden passages, but to my horror, they found no trace of the killer. He had vanished into thin air, leaving behind only his gruesome artwork and the chilling memories of his sinister lair. Despite my pleas, the police remained skeptical of my story. They found no evidence to corroborate my claims, and I was left to bear the weight of the terrifying truth on my own. Months passed, and the case of the serial killer remained unsolved. The memories of that fateful day continued to haunt my dreams, and the chilling realization that evil could lurk in the shadows, just beyond our comprehension, lingered in the recesses of my mind. To this day, I am haunted by the sinister lair. I stumbled upon an unsettling reminder that the darkest horrors may dwell just beneath the surface of our reality, waiting to ensnare those who dare to venture too close to the edge of darkness.